Today, we're going to talk about how difficult it can feel to be really bad at something new. It's hard, it can feel really embarrassing. It can make you wonder why you're even trying something at all. But I just want to remind you that whatever it is you're trying to do, or whatever you might be trying to learn, you're not failing. I think you're just in the part of the learning process where a lot of people get really discouraged and quit. And the fact that you're still showing up and you're still putting in the work every day just shows how well you're actually doing, even if it's really hard to see right now. It's really hard and feels super vulnerable sometimes to be in the part of life between what you want and where you actually are. I've been posting on YouTube for 6 weeks now, and it took me posting literally 15 videos before any of them were viewed or liked by really anyone except my boyfriend. And honestly, it felt like a humiliation ritual. I kept saying that it felt like sending something out into the void where it just disappeared, and what I was making felt a little bit meaningless because no one was actually going to see it anyway. And it started feeling like, maybe this isn't meant for me. Maybe whatever I'm making isn't valuable enough. And don't get me wrong, I'm not getting a lot of views now, not at all. I'm still very much in the growth period, but there's finally a little bit of movement. And it just reminded me of how important it is to see the value in the stage in life where maybe you haven't proven yourself or growth feels really painfully slow. I think it's so important to find meaning within yourself for whatever you're doing, so that even when you go through periods where it feels like you're failing, you can still believe in yourself and kind of see the bigger plan and the goals that you're working towards in your life. Because honestly, the sad truth is that most of the time, there isn't going to be immediate validation. There isn't always going to be some sort of recognition or tangible proof that what you're doing is working or the right path. But I think honestly that part where you're at your lowest is where so much of the real internal growth happens for you. It's where you build discipline. It's where you start to separate your efforts from the outcome. It also allows you to be really proud of yourself for all the good things you're doing in your life that maybe will never be recognized by anyone. Someone doesn't have to recognize your good deeds or your hard work for them to be valuable. I'm really passionate about this because I think it's something that people don't talk about enough. No one wants to admit their failures. No one wants to draw attention to them. It's embarrassing. When we compare ourselves to others, though, we're comparing ourselves to whatever polished version of themselves that they're presenting to us. We only see the end result of someone being good at something or talented in some way. We don't see the long stretch of time where they were awkward at it or inconsistent or questioning themselves. I remember when my sister first started learning how to drive, my dad took her to this empty parking lot near our neighborhood, and within the first few minutes of her learning how to drive, she mixed up the gas and the brake, popped the curb, and they bumped into a tree. It wasn't really that bad of a crash. They were both completely fine, but the license plate popped off the car and definitely gave them a big scare. And I remember thinking, after they came back, if that had been me, I probably would have been so embarrassed and so scared that I wouldn't have even wanted to try again for a while. I feel like it would have felt like proof that I just wasn't good at it. But I don't remember it affecting my sister like that at all. I think she just kept trying and kept learning, and now she's a perfectly fine driver. But I think my point is that nobody starts out knowing what they're doing at really anything. And the only reason anyone ever gets comfortable is that they keep showing up and they keep trying and they stay committed to getting better, just even by little bits. Because sometimes I think growth isn't obvious to us when we're in the thick of it and we can't really see the bigger picture. But when you take a step back and think about where you came from and then where you are now, there's a lot more growth there than you can ever really realize in the moment. It's really important to celebrate your small wins, whatever they look like to you. Maybe you're a new runner and your ultimate goal is to run a 5K, and right now it's hard to even just run a mile. Celebrate the wins of, maybe I ran 5 minutes in a row today instead of 1 minute in a row without walking. And eventually you'll get to that goal of running that 5K, but right now you're right here, and right now, just run a little bit more than you did yesterday. That's all we can really do at the end of the day, is just try our best to work on what we can control. And I think focusing on growing in small bits is a really good way to improve things when you're new at something without it being really overwhelming. So in case you need the reminder, you're allowed to be a beginner at things. You are allowed to be bad at something new, and honestly, you kind of have to be. I think that's a sacrifice that you make for growth. So if you're in that place right now where whatever you're working on feels slow or frustrating, just know that that's so normal. I think experiencing that phase and continuing even when you're bad at something, even when no one's watching you or appreciating you, changes your relationship with yourself more than anything. Because being able to encourage yourself and believe in yourself even when no one else does is such an important skill that will get you so far in life. I feel like anyone who's truly successful knows that it takes grit, it takes perseverance and adaptability to be able to achieve your goals. And I think that if you want it badly enough and truly put in that work to get there, good things are coming for you. Just trust me.